Hello? Are we working? I think we're good. Hello, everyone. Hey, oh, there's so many people here. How's everybody doing? I'm honestly at a loss for words. I started interviewing crypto, and I didn't think it turned into, this really cool kind of series. But we're doing it, and the most requested legend is finally here.
Mozambique here, level 4.
Yes. See, we did it. All right, we won the internet today. Nobody else has that. Nobody else has ever had Lifeline say that.
Oh my
All right.
gosh, that's right. That's so true.
We did it. How did you get into voice acting? Because Justine and Chris and Johnny, you have all these different stories and everything. Like Justine did I think it was Broadway first, and Johnny did acting and movies first and stuff like that. So how did you get into voice acting? What was your first gig and things like that?
Well, I was more in math and banking, actually. I was a bank analyst for a Wall Street mortgage firm about 12 years ago. And I always liked singing, and I like to do voiceover, but I'd gotten a few jobs, but and I always say it's almost like I want to be a professional dodgeball player. Like, I come from a family of scientists, lawyers, doctors, and becoming a professional voice actor just didn't seem realistic, even though I loved it.
Right.
Because I was in the mindset like 10 years ago, like, well, if you're going to grow up and have a job, you got to be miserable. That means it's great. And then somebody called me on Sunday, and they said, I know you're busy, because they thought I was working for this firm. They're like, but there's this really cool Heather Locklear pilot. We need to do some post-production investment banking terminology. And so I just walked in and to this on set and pretended I was at work. And the director was like, man, this actress really does her homework. Do you do medical? And my mom was a doctor, so I was like, yeah. And I remember calling her. I'm like, so which blade would I use in this surgery? And so I was just thankful for the work, because I needed to pay off a bunch of loans before I went to law school. And then it was anime, but also like parking cars for Valley of the Dolls, because I could paddle shift a Ferrari. I love driving. And some catering work and anime. And, I remember thinking, like, when you're starving, like, and I was never like starving,
sure.
But you go to anime and the thing about voiceover, they always have this great spread. So I was like, you mind if I take some bananas and oranges home? Because I was like eating, that was like sustaining me for a couple weeks. And before I knew it, I was asked to go to this thing called Comic-Con. And, I wasn't ready for it. Like, I didn't quite know what was about to happen.
That's really big.
That was one of my first conventions. And there was a line out the door, and my character was on the backpacks that they give away at San Diego Comic-Con. And, I was like, mate, I mean, a lot of people like this show, huh? And then, and not long after that, I auditioned for a healer. And, she was like, I'm the one you should have concerns about. And they were like describing like this arena, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I went, it was another Warner Brothers game. And, when you're the healer, I didn't know what it was going to be. And there were these two really fierce, amazingly talented actresses there. And, when you get into that mode where you're like, well, it was nice to be considered, because they're so amazing.
Yeah.
And I walked in, and it was like, when you meet friends that you just feel like you're going to have forever?
Yes.
It was just like magic. So we were laughing, we were checking out the voices, what we want, and she was just so much. They were like, well, we want her to be, there's a Caribbean influence, but it is the Titanfall universe. It's 500 years in the future.
Right.
Then when I found out it might be a Titanfall universe, I was like, the running joke was like, don't go chasing Titanfall. So that was like the theme song. And then it just kind of took off.
Yeah.
And I started doing more animation and booking more. And so I know this was the question of how did you become a voice actor?
Yeah.
There's actually no more information on my life. I just ran through the whole thing just now. So I'm just gonna like sit here and just listen to your life story now.
Thank you to the legends over at Plink for sponsoring this video. Plink is an all-in-one cross-platform application for full immersion in the gaming world. And that I mentioned, this bad boy is absolutely free. Plink's matchmaking feature will search the system and consider all your gaming requirements to better match you with people for similar skills. You can use the squad chat feature to not only talk to new friends, but to create other new squads and other new teams. You can track your friends' game stats and check who's online on any platform at any time. So what are you waiting for? Go download Plink in my description box and go meet your new Apex champion team today. Did you have any input and emphasis in creating Lifeline's like personality, or was that like all, was that already all written?
I think sometimes in the casting you have to understand that sometimes something resonates with you, authentically, and you just love it, and that's why they cast you. So I mean, I was really nervous. It was one of my first bigger games, and the writers were so boss, and it took me a long time not to be such a fangirl. I mean, guys, you go into the lot, they've got, like, at Warner Brothers, the water tower, and then this is the Titanfall, like, respawn crew, and I mean, anyone that's nerd knows, like, these guys and girls are amazing, and but they would ask me, and I would laugh, or pass me that sugar, and there's like some lines that came in that are like from me, but eventually I think they probably are writing with me in mind. There's a little bit of sass, and you get to put your personality in it. So I think they knew what they wanted, and then once I got more comfortable, second or third session, I would sort of throw in my own lines, or I would actually say this, and they would be like, we like it, So it becomes very much a collaboration, but it's very much a director's medium.
Right.
So they see a big picture, and you just, like even with dialect, like I know it's dialed back quite a bit, but they're like, look, this is going to be seconds. Like when you're calling out things, it has to be understood. And there's actually, beyond the personality and the character, there's the technicality of the game. And so I learned a lot, because they're like, we want all the personality, we want this, but it can't be too loud. It has to be this. And by the way, you have 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, it's so
and you're
much.
like, okay.
Yeah.
But I've had some recent sessions, and I said something really like vague online, and then Tom Castiello, one of the writers, retweeted something, and then it got picked up by a few outlets. So they are writing beautiful stuff for all of the legends, and I think it's resonated with us.
Right.
But I can see that it's resonated with the fans as well, because there's a depth to the diversity and how we all get to work together. And I think we talked about it when we were doing our sound check, the famous text chain.
Yes.
We're actually really good friends, IRL, and everyone's a lot like their characters. I mean, JV doesn't gas anybody, but he's kind of like the curmudgeon Eeyore, super talented, crazy smart, and every now and then you kind of get that smile coming out of him. Then once you hear them, and we got to meet each other, because I dropped off a care package to Respawn, like I knew they must be, I was like, my boys, and my girls, they're all working really hard, and I baked a bunch of cookies, and I did like a care package, and I dropped it off.
You dropped
to Respawn.
Wait, did you know that Lifeline dropped care packages, or did you call it that?
I just called it. And then I knew, but I already was like, I need to get him a care package. But I didn't realize they were like, Lifeline's care package.
So not only does Lifeline drop care packages in game, she also bakes cookies for the Respawn team and then drops a care package at Respawn.
Absolutely. And
I can't. I don't believe it. It's too good. It's too good.
Well, and they inspire me. So we've got, the last time we went, a lot of the legends got to go. The first time we all really met was during the Halloween event last year.
Yeah.
And we all got to make stuff. So, Johnny and Crypto brought some, Korean treats and delights, and Justine made some French stuff. And I had Kings Canyon Caribbean spice cake, molten lava, brownies, and angel devil chip cookies. And so we all got to bring a piece of ourselves. We should definitely have a cookbook, guys. We should have like the Apex Legends.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Cookbook.
Like official Mirage pork chop recipes. I'm down. Okay, petition. We need to get it started. This needs to happen. I'm down 100%. Have you played or had the opportunity to play Apex or wanted to before?
I have. I'm really good at the tutorial. And Eric and I went on together. The first time we played together at a tournament, it was on Xbox, and we both play PS4.
Okay.
And our appearance agent was like, come on, it'll be great. You should go. They're doing this thing. It'll be an op. So we both sit down, and we realize it's Xbox, which is a little bit different. It's not like crazy different, but we've never touched an Xbox.
Yeah.
And so we're in the middle of a tournament. And also, I'm playing Pathfinder, and she's playing Wraith. We thought we'd be playing ourselves. And every legend has different capabilities, so there is a learning curve. And I think we finished like 10th or 11th, so it wasn't horrible, but we were just like, and we thought the agent in the back was going to give us like pointers.
Yeah.
So we finished, we're like, what's up, Chris? And he's like, dude, I've never played the game. So I'm passively horrible. And I also, my PS4 is no longer in the house. And so during pandemic, it went with someone who was in quarantine. And I thought, that's okay. Like, I'll just get another one. I didn't realize that everywhere in the world, there's no consoles.
Yeah.
So I am watching a lot of your great streams. Thank you, gamers. And waiting for PS5 to come out.
When did you realize that Apex was as big as it was? Because I remember talking to Chris, and Chris didn't realize until like 5 months into it, and he had no idea like how huge that it was everywhere.
They said, yeah, there's a really good response. We're gonna have it come out in September. And then when I came in for a pickup, they're like, we're not actually gonna deliver it in September. We're gonna deliver it maybe in January.
Right.
And then I came in for another pickup in December, and they're like, yeah, maybe January, but we're not gonna advertise it or anything. It's gonna be what we call a surprise drop. And I have friends in the movie industry, so I thought they were saying that was code for it. We're gonna shelve your game. It's been nice knowing you. Right?
No.
So it was supposed to come out on January 22nd was the date they gave us.
Okay.
And so that came and went, and no game. So I was like, oh. Well, it was really fun working with them, and because I also have my best friend Erica Lindbeck is in just everything. If you don't know who she is, she's Cassie Cage in Mortal Kombat and Jess and Final Fantasy Remake, and there's a big long list. We don't have time. But she had just been doing a game for almost 2 years, and they shelved it.
Oh.
And so I thought that's what was going to happen with Apex.
Yes.
And then at 1:00 in the afternoon, maybe 1:30, I got an email from the casting director, and she said, hey, that game that you did came out today. If you wouldn't mind, would you tweet about it? And so I went online and to look for a picture of my character. That's what we do, because we don't get to see this ahead of time.
Right.
And then I started seeing what was and so then we couldn't take our eyes off of the screen. You know, those of us that were in the game, and we were finding out who was who. So then we were like texting each other, because some of us knew each other but we didn't know. And I think by that afternoon it was like 1 million people.
Yeah.
It was a phenomena.
Yeah.
And from 1:30 till about 6:30, I was on Reddit and Twitch and Twitter, and I was a little nervous. Like, it was overwhelming to go from thinking, well, that was fun, it's never coming out, to 1 million, 10 million, 30 million. It was like winning the lottery. I've had some really wonderful things happen to me, and some great shows that are going to come out in the fall, and I'm really grateful. But up until that moment, like, I'll get teary-eyed. It was like the best flipping moment of my life.
Yeah. A lot of people are asking, how did you, like, what was your, I guess, initial reaction to the Mozambique meme? Because that was like the main thing I remember when it came out, the first like season. I didn't know too much about Apex, but the Mozambique meme was like everywhere. Like, seriously, like on Reddit, when people were talking about the game, it was Mozambique, Lifeline saying Mozambique here, like for 30 days straight.
But, when that went, it was like, Mozambique, yeah, you lost this one. And what was great about it is, Lifelines, we had this thing where she always has her headphones in. So, when I'd be getting into the voice, she was always, so it'd be like, Mozambique, yeah, what am I looking at? She has this kind of musicality to her lines, and to see that go from the meme to like 2 million views on it was amazing to have this line. And I mean, it's what a reminder that the little engine that could. It's all the things that you think. How many of us feel like Mozambique's in the middle of a pandemic, or we lose our job, and you're like, but look at the potential.
I want that on a shirt.
I
need that on a shirt. How many of you feel like a Mozambique? You ever feel like a Mozambique?
Right? and then you got Lifeline being like, because everyone's like Mozambique, and I'm like, Mozambique, yeah. She's so excited.
I love it.
Hola.
I need merch. I do have merch. This is my own merch line. It says Mozambique here.
Is there a problem? I didn't get the. Should I be wearing it? Like, should hello? Is that somebody
I'll
delivering?
send you
that
one.
sweatshirt
You got a PO box? It's
I do have a
comfy.
business office, and I would love that.
Yes, I will send you
that.
one. I'll get you one. How do you feel about the relationship between Lifeline and Octane?
It reminds me a lot of the relationship between my best friend Alex,
Mm-hmm.
who's my composing writing partner. Alex is brilliant. He is fearless. Rides his bike 24 hours a day right now during the pandemic. It'll be like 4 in the morning, and he
Whoa.
forgets it's 4 in the morning. And he's like, Mela, I was thinking about a song. Hey, Chica! We're just like, So there's and he's not Hispanic. He's a Russian, Jewish little, like, bright redhead, magical human. And I know that Octane would be that kind of friend that's like, wouldn't let her have a moment of sulking. He'd be
Right.
like, whatever, you gave me legs, like, it's like, it's all good, right? And he's the perfect person to, like, snap out of it, because he's like the patron saint of, how many extra chances.
It looks like we asked most of the questions. I mean, the community has a fantastic time. I have had so good, so many laughs, so many exciting things that were said and done. Are there any any links, any socials that you want to plug before we go?
Just find me on Insta and Twitter. It's the Mela Lee.
Thank you so much for coming on, for just hanging out with us. It's always fun when you guys take time out and just hang out with the community. Good laughs. Could you send everybody off with one final Mozambique here?
Mozambique, yeah.
Yes, that's it. Call it. Cut.